Time for a bit of old-fashioned pottering around the kitchen. It's a fun little project that anyone can do, and it is so tasty. Let's make some banana jam on the One Pot Chef. First things first, into a large mixing bowl, I'm adding in 1/4 cup of freshly squeezed lime juice. That's about 2 small limes. You can also use lemon juice. Next, I've got 8 decent sized bananas. They're ripe but still pretty firm. We're going to cut them in half lengthways and then simply dice them up into little pieces. Just place our diced bananas into the lime juice, and using a wooden spoon we're just going to give them a little toss in the juice, and this will stop the bananas from going too brown. Then simply continue on with the rest of the bananas, dicing them up as we go and placing them in there, making sure you give them a good stir after each one so they all get coated in that lime juice. And that's our bananas chopped up, and we've got them all lovely and coated in that lime juice. We can just set this aside for a moment while we get ready to make our jam. Into a large heavy base saucepan, I'm adding in 2 1/4 cups of white sugar and half a cup of water. And giving this a stir over a medium heat, we're just going to continue to stir it until the sugar is dissolved into the water and the syrup starts to boil. Once the syrup starts to boil, I want you to put the lid on the pot for about 2 minutes and allow it to stand. This will generate a little bit of steam which will dissolve any sugar crystals that may have formed on the inside of the pot. Very gently add in our banana and lime mixture. Careful not to splash, just gently get it in there. Give that a stir. We're going to put that down to a low temperature and allow this to boil for about half an hour or so, or until our jam is thickened up. Make sure you give the jam a bit of a stir quite regularly because we don't want it to stick to the bottom of the pot. 30 minutes later and our banana jam is just about ready. As you can see, all the bananas have broken down, and what we've got is this glorious thick banana jam. There's still a few little lumps in it, which is good because I think any jam made with fruit should have little fruity bits in it. So we're just about ready to jar this up. I've got a hot sterilised jar here. Now if you've never sterilised a jar before, it's very simple. Glass jar, make sure it's washed with hot soapy water, rinse off all the soap, then put it into a preheated oven, 120 degrees Celsius for about 15 to 20 minutes. Put it upside down directly on the oven rack, and we're just going to heat that jar up just to kill any sort of nasties that are inside the jar. Then take it out, make sure it's dry, and then we can just pour our jam in. Use some kitchen paper towel just to wipe off the edges and the top of the jar because we don't want any stuck on there. Be careful because the jar is hot, and it's going to be even hotter now that the hot jam is in there too. Then simply clamp on the lid and allow it to cool on the side for at least 12 hours before placing it into the fridge to chill. I apologise for any noise in the background. My neighbour has decided to cut the grass right now, so I apologise for the noise. I am going to taste some of my jam, which I put a little bit aside in a bowl to cool because I'm not waiting 12 hours to taste it. But let's have a taste of this glorious goo. Yum. What's great about this is that you would think this was insanely sweet, but the reality is it's actually not as sweet as you would expect. It's really banana-y, but it doesn't have that intense shock of sweetness you would expect from that much sugar in it, mainly because the lime helps to take away a little bit of that sweetness, but there isn't any actual lime flavour to it. Now, you can use this on sandwiches, you can use this as a filling for pies or tarts. You haven't lived until you've had a banana jam and peanut butter toasted sandwich. Trust me, you're gonna love that. Oh, it's glorious. Well, I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Check out my other videos at OnePotChefShow.com. And until next time, see you later. Why do they wait until I'm recording a video to start mowing the lawn or cutting down trees or something? I swear to God, it's a conspiracy. Oh, I need a soundproof kitchen.